Hi guys. So, in anticipation of Elden Ring's soon-to-come DLC, I wanted to put a few thoughts out there in regards to Elden Ring's PvP, especially since the evidence and leaks suggest that the DLC will have a PvP focus. I think this is also an important conversation because Elden Ring has been out for quite some time now, and most players are taking a break to recharge, but the players who stay, they seem to be hanging around the very active area of Academy Main Gate. I think this would suggest that in many players' minds, the true end game of Elden Ring is PvP. So, in light of all this, I want to ask the question: is Elden Ring's PvP ready for a DLC? Having played 1,000 matches plus, I think the answer to that question is sort of. Here's my thoughts. To start, I think we need to define good duel. Having played a lot of PvP, I think I can boil down good duel to a couple of things. Number one, both players have a chance to win. Number two, the deciding factor in a duel should be limited mostly to skill and experience. Is this mostly the case now? No. I think the deciding factors right now are builds and meta outliers. I can tell you right now, without a doubt in my mind, that sorcerers dominate the field. As a sorcerer, I can tell you very rarely did I ever lose a match to a strength or dex build, especially if I'm light loaded. At the moment, there's a couple of spells that absolutely dominate the field, and they can be spammed practically indefinitely with low risk and high reward, are passive and high damage. Some examples of these are Rykard's Rancor and Ancient Death Rancor. If I've got these and you've got katanas, I'm sorry, but you never stood a chance. I think status effect weapons also stand a little tall above the rest right now. I think many of you at some point will have noticed while dueling another player that you perfectly dodge an attack, but your blood loss bar goes up regardless. You dodge a couple more attacks, you hemorrhage, you're stun locked, and now you're dead. I think status weapons were given in AoE to account for shielding enemies, but I don't think you should be put in a situation of, well, what was I supposed to do when perfectly dodging an attack. I think that needs a fix. It may just be an issue of latency, but some weapons I've noticed while playing seem to really have an advantage with this, like dual thrusting weapons or dual curved swords with blood loss. You can flawlessly dodge all day, but these will absolutely still hit you through a dodge, especially if your match is a little bit laggy. Speaking of status effects, as cool as it is, I think blood loss still stands a little too far above the rest against players. Your bar fills up very quickly even after the patch, and the damage is extremely punishing, more so I think than any other status type. These are kind of the biggest outliers right now in terms of what decides the outcomes of a match as opposed to just skill and experience. The leg up that they give you is a little too high above the rest. In my mind, these things could use some tweaking, and let me know in the comments what you think. I'm very curious to see what people's perspectives on this are. That said, I can't wait to play the DLC with you guys, and thank you for watching.